knows everybody will call it a suicide pass, but there's no other option for the D-man there. He actually has to come off the boards, give himself a 45-degree angle so he can present the stick to give him a pass.
In behind the impact goal. Comes loose and the Blizzard come away with it. Thrown right in front. It's tipped just wide by King. Then it goes out of play.
George, I got to go back to the first shift with Noble. Really good forward. Comes through the middle of the neutral zone very quickly. But what I liked about him coming across the blue line, he gained some speed, but also gets some separation. Got a good wrist shot away on a goaltender for the impact, and he had to make a quality save.
Thrown back in behind the goal. Verdi got past King for the impact. King on both teams. This is Pilgrim. Back to Andrews. Down inside the impact zone. Verdi back to get it. Verdi quickly around to Locke. Locke tried to tip it out. It's kept in. Now it'll come out into center. Russell took it away and throws it in. Just gets it in over the blue line. Pass went off his skate. Locke gets it, sends it back in again for the impact.
Locke's had himself a couple of good weeks as well, playing with the Team NL.
Pilgrim right up through the middle. Only knocked off his stick as he got to center. Almost too many men there for the impact as they were making a change.
Very close.
Tyrell Mulrooney. Around the boards looking for Kellaway. Kellaway's knocked down. Marnell couldn't hold it in. It's a shot that goes wide by Pinson. It's knocked down in front by the defense. Batted around. Cleared out towards the blue line and out. Ian Wall left it there at center. Picked off by Marnell. He'll bring it in. A shot. Kick save by Hedges. His first test of the game. As Wall turned it over at center. Kellaway back the other way. Pass a little bit in behind Ethan Sims off the glass. It'll come back to Green. To Kellaway. He's got a little bit of room to move now. Kellaway. Good pass for Russell. Russell with a shot. Looking short side off the blocker of the goaltender Arnold and up and out of play.
Great pace, George, to start the game, the early stages, just about 4 minutes in. And the thing is, what I like about it is that both teams are getting the puck just 8-10 feet inside the blue line and really getting up to the neutral zone with quick passes. Very difficult to defend against.
Around the boards it goes all the way down the ice, and this should go, well, it won't go for icing because the Blizzard got to the hash marks first on the hybrid icing call.
Still got to figure that one out, George.
Same as the NHL, Robert.
Oh, my goodness.
I know you watch the Habs.
Should be crystal clear. I certainly do.
Quick outlet for Canning off of his stick. Sent back in. Hughes back to get it for the impact. Around the boards for Pinkson. Knocked off his stick. Blizzard in now on the forecheck. Lovelace with a backhand. Put it over the top of the goal. Lovelace again a shot. This one goes off his stick up and out of play.
George, I'm just looking down low here now at the impact, and Lovelace, you call his name twice. There was nobody within 10, 12 feet of him, and he got two opportunities in an 8 or 10 second span. And the thing is as a defender, you cannot what we call squat down. And each of the defenders squat down. In other words, they did not challenge the puck carrier, and in this instance, Lovelace.
So the time to do your squats is in the weight room, not on the ice. Is that what you're saying, Robert? You like that one, huh?
Oh, my. I did.
There's Purdy trying to catch up to it. Purdy gets it to the side of the goal, swept away by Arnold. Mitchellmore down the left side. Mitchellmore with a shot. That goes wide. Pilgrim unable to hold it in. Purdy has it. They head to Lambert. Lambert working in against Andrews. They go to the corner. Andrews comes away with the puck, moves it up to Mitchellmore. Mitchellmore up through the middle. There's a chance for Farrell. Farrell shot. Easy save, though, for Hedges. defenseman did a good job staying with Farrell that time and forcing a shot from outside.
Totally agree, George. And as the weak side D-man in this particular instance, which was Strickland, but the other side of it is that the weak side forward has to come back. Once that puck goes wide in this particular instance, he has to come back. And he looked at the play, and that's why it effectively a 2-on-1. Very easy save for the goaltender.
Hedges has it again. This time he'll hold on. No rebound.
And George, while I got a minute, I think I would be remiss to say that tomorrow night there's a very special event taking place over in Corner Brook, where we have two Grand Falls Windsor natives, and of course coaches here this evening, Mr. Brian Casey and Paul Glavine, who will be inducted into the Hockey NL Hall of Fame. Congrats to both guys. I will be in attendance. I won't be here tomorrow night for this game, but I'll certainly be over there. And looking forward to seeing that at a particular event.
Yeah, it should be a great one over in Corner Brook. A number of people going into the Hall of Fame tomorrow night, as you mentioned, including two members or two natives of Grand Falls, Windsor.
Yes.
So I assume Glenn Casey will be coaching tomorrow night as Brian goes over to receive his Hall of Fame.
And actually, assistant coach for the Impact, Brian Tremlett won't be there. He'll be over there as well tomorrow. And as him and Paul had spent a number of years as assistant coaches and coaches with the Grand Falls Windsor Cataracts. Brian.
Shot out in front. Hedges has got that and holds on.
Brian, who will go in as a player with his never played many years in Grand Falls Windsor, but his exploits throughout the national team over in Europe and so on and so forth. It's being recognized. And, of course, Paul Glavine, one of the great builders of central or senior hockey in the central region for a number of years. One of the guys who was responsible for revitalization of the Cataracts back in the early 2000s.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to be on or privileged enough to be asked to be on the selection committee this year, and certainly I put a word in for Brian.
Yes.
And I talked about the fact that you look at so many worthy nominations this year. It was tough to pick, but I put a case for Brian that the fact that he had done so much above and beyond playing at the Newfoundland level, the senior level, but playing in university and 2 Spengler Cups.
Yes.
That I'm sure there's no other Newfoundlander who's won 2 Spengler Cups playing with Team Canada.
I'd have to Google it.
Yeah, I don't even think we have to Google that one.
Okay.
I'm pretty confident in that. So.
Yeah,
glad to see Brian going in, and Paul as well. Remember when the Cataracts came back into the league after being gone for many years? Paul was certainly instrumental in bringing the Cataracts
unquestioned.
Back. Ooh, that came right out in front and cleared away. Sims has got it. Sims has it caught up in his skates, just gets it out to center, sent back in by the Blizzard. Blizzard seem to have a little extra step right now on the Impact.
They're quick. They're really quick through the neutral zone.
That goes up into the roof here at the Windsor Stadium.
And George, you talk about the roof here at the Windsor Stadium. Of course, when you get to a bigger ice surface, and like I was over in Corner Brook 3 weeks ago, and the Impact were actually playing the Western Kings, and we were over there. Actually, myself and Paul, we were over on a golf trip, and we took in the game. And it's amazing the size of the ice, but not only just the ice surface, but the fact that the puck stays in play more often. It's amazing what a difference it makes to the game. That was the weekend that the Impact ended up having 2 victories. They had a loss on the Friday night. They won the next 2 games.
Yeah, they lost decisively Friday night. I believe it was 7-2, I think, and then won the next night 7-1, or vice versa.
Yeah, and 8-4, two games in a row. I didn't see the Friday nights.
Off a skate of Vardy in towards the goaltender.
I didn't see Friday night's game. I just couldn't understand how they had lost. Looking at Saturday's game.
Yeah,
but that's why we play the games.
A tale of 2 games over there that weekend. Again, it's all down to our right now. Robert Spurl keeps it in. Impact spending most of the time in their own end of the ice here in the first period.
Well, they've only got 2 shots on net, George, the Impact. And, of course, even though it only says 2 shots on net, really the ice has been tipped in one way. Blue dominating.
The offensive zone possession heavily in favor of the Blizzard here. As we get close to the halfway mark of the first period, still no score. And Snow drops it back to Cross. Up at the blue line, knocked down. Hughes had it skip between his stick and his skates and went to the boards. Harnett back to pick it up. Harnett got caught up with his defenseman, and the Impact just get rid of it. As they weren't quite sure where that was going. No icing. Thrown right through the crease. Green able to hold it in over at the right point. Good work by Cross down in the corner to change direction. Gets it to his defensive partner, and Farrell with a chance to move it out. Lambert brings it back in. Lambert tried to drop it for Hernet. Fenn on the pass. Lambert takes Farrell hard to the boards.
I like Lambert's game, George, and I like for him to use his body. He's a big, strong, solid kid, even a little bit more so. He can protect the puck well when he really wants to.
Green and Farrell in the corner. Mitchellmore comes up with it. Farrell's got it again for the Blizzard. Back to the boards for Mitchellmore. Cycles it back down low to Farrell again. Threw it out in front. Impact able to clear the zone.
That's one in a situation right there, George, that the Blizzard just need to be a little bit more patient with that puck down low. They overran each of the white jerseys, but they just coughed the puck up too easily.
Russell at center. Tried to drop it back. A little scrambly right now. King backhands it in, then heads to the bench for the Blizzard. On at first, Locke. He can't get it out. He'll go the other side. Hanrahan from Lewisport will backhand it in.
Good first-year player from Lewisport. I like the way he plays the boards. Probably a little overwhelmed at this stage right now, but he's gaining confidence and experience each and every weekend.
That pass was intended for Locke. Locke was heading to the bench, though. No icing.
No, actually the D-man coming off for us, Blizzard had a great opportunity to play it. Let it go.
Okay. Stepping out was Pinson to Kellaway. Kellaway gets over center, dumps it in. Sims on it first. Sims pushed against the boards. Puck comes loose. LeDrew trying to move it. Only taken off the glass. This one will be icing against the Blizzard. We're down to 8:15 to go here in the first period. No score between these two teams.
George, a real simple play. Kellaway's coming down here on the left side. He really doesn't have a passing option to his right winger because there's two blue jerseys between him and us. So he just passes the puck to what we call an open blank space, hoping that his forward goes and gets the puck, much like a quarterback passing to a spot in the end zone, and the forward did it. It was a great play, I thought.
Good face-off win that time for the Impact. Got a good shot away, and Arnold comes up with a good left pad save. Nice play by Kellaway to accept that pass. Gets to it, shoots it in. Pilgrim back behind his goal. Pilgrim winding up. Stopped over there by Sims. Mulrooney tied up along the boards.
I like the way Sims and Lovelace work together, George. They really pass the puck and they retrieve and really put pressure on the defense all the time.
Kellaway turned it over just inside his own blue line. Now they'll flip it out. Sims waiting for it. Can't quite catch up to it. Here's Green stepping off the bench. Joey Green, one on everybody. Shot, pad save made by Arnold. He was all alone against the entire Blizzard team that time.
Good skater as well.
Hughes with a pass to nobody over there. Thrown in front off the heel of the stick of Lovelace and put wide. Lambert, whoops, again. A little miscommunication inside the blue line. Now they'll bring it out.
Too soft to pass.
Here's Hernet following up on it. Had his stick checked. Lovelace scoops it up. Knocked down at its center by Kosh. Drops it back for Noble. Noble with some room and put it well wide.
It's too easy a turnover inside of the blue line. As a D-man for the Impact, you've got to put that puck hard off the boards. No one's ever going to fault you for icing the puck.
Lovelace back at his own blue line, throws it to an open wing. King will pick it up there for the Impact. Watched by Noble. Just gets rid of it. Just shot back in. That was really going nowhere.
And back in your own zone.
King off the boards. Canning to Russell. He couldn't handle the pass. Lincoln Canning plays it back. Pinkston, a long shot in, easy save there for Arnold. He'll hold on to it. The faceoff will be in the Blizzard end. We're down to 5:55 to go in the first period.
Shot on goal, George, no matter where it comes from, outside the blue line, inside the blue line, left or right, is never a bad thing. It forces the goaltender to make a save, and if he can't dish it off to one of his D-men, you get a face-off in the offensive zone.
Clean face-off win there for the Impact. Sorry, Robert.
Sorry?
Russell in the corner, leaves it back behind the goal for Canning.
George, I'm not sure if you realized or not. I see you're trying to poke your head out over Steve there, but did you get the smell of the fries as they went by?
I did, yeah.
Okay,
they've got the stadium fries going again.
I thought it was just me.
Elmo and Julie down in the canteen cooking up the stadium fries this year.
Is there anybody going to bring any up, George? Or?
I have my doubts. Don't think anybody's going to feed us, Robert. So you want to go down and buy a couple
I'm certainly
plates of fries between periods? I won't turn it down.
I'm certainly
just tossing that out there.
Well, I'm going to use my per diem. Right. If Stan Coffin is listening, Stan.
Oh
my.
Steve liked that one. Camera guy, Steve Noseworthy. Steve's doing the game tonight. Jason Power is going to be with us tomorrow night.
Actually,
Steve is back Sunday.
I see my son walking down there now. Maybe he's getting his daddy some, is he?
Yeah, good luck with that.
Good luck is right.
Jack, get off your wallet and buy your father some fries.
Get off your wallet your dad gave you.
Ooh, didn't say icing. I thought I got over center.
Very close. Very close. I'm looking at our linesman, and he's very emphatic about it. So if the linesman's emphatic about it, I'm going with his call.
No. There's no point arguing with him.
I have had a tendency to do that over the years.
4:56 to go, first period.
It's a different ball game up here.
Shot on goal from Snow, and Hedges has that.
Speaking to Coach Casey just last week, and George, one of the things that he talked about is that he really liked the transition game, and I'm looking at the Impact tonight, and it's got to be counteracted with the defenders on the other side, and the thing is that he liked is that how they were moving the puck much quicker, going from east to west, and of course using all five guys on the ice, and that's so important. Easy to say, difficult to do.
Sims in for checking. The puck comes loose. Mitchell Moore has it. Quickly up ahead. Dumped in behind the Impact goal. Players collide in there. Try and throw it out in front. Picked off by Pinsent. Wall quickly ahead. Back to Pinsent. Drops it back. Sims. Down to Pinsent, out for Kellaway off his stick. And it goes wide. Now it's off the boards. Joey Green back towards his own blue line. Quickly up through the middle. Knifed in by Kellaway. Cross having a look around. Sims is on him in a hurry. Sims comes up with the puck. Good forecheck. Kellaway to
It's going to be a penalty here, George, a hooking penalty. Once you get your stick into the waist of somebody else and the opposition, it's a penalty every time.
Impact have the sixth attacker out there now as the goaltender's gone to the bench on the delayed penalty, but then it's touched up by Snow, and the Impact will go on the power play.
Yeah, once you get position, and of course, Impact had some position. They were protecting the puck. As soon as that stick goes into the hands or the waist area, it's an automatic call. And I know it's very difficult. You say, oh, come on, man, I just have my stick on him. But that's exactly what it was.
Evan Cross, defenseman for the Impact, for the Blizzard, gone to the penalty box. Blizzard shorthanded now. 3.5 minutes to go in the period, and they win the faceoff and clear it down the ice. That'll help kill some time.
And George, the other side of it, King, Mitchell Moore, and Farrell, they have real good position down low as defenders in that particular instance, and just one of those unfortunate things.
Green following up on it, shoots it in deep. Andrews around the boards. Vokey reaching for it. He'll get it out and again send it the length of the ice. Hedges tees it up there. It for Carter Lambert to Joey Green. Green in over the blue line. Stops up along the half wall. Throws it in behind the goal. On it first is Harnett. Back to Mulrooney. Mulrooney with a shot. That got through. Good save made by Arnold. Couldn't control the rebound. Impact on it again. They'll trying to jam it home and went right through the crease. Comes here to the near boards.
Hammer had an opportunity. It was an empty netter.
Russell with a shot. Arnold got a piece of that. That was heading for that top corner. We can see it from here. That had a little bit of room.
It did. I like the way Arnold's fighting to find that puck, George. Two really good shots from the impact good wide, but I really like the way the goaltender fought to find his puck.
40 seconds to go in the power play. Mulrooney gets it in over the blue line. Pinsent backhands it in. Wall coming off the bench. Hustles to the blue line, holds it in. Good play there by Ian Wall. Knocked out of the air and finally cleared out.
And George, if I'm not mistaken, the last time that we did a game here, the Impact were without 6 or 7 regulars. And I'm looking back tonight, they've got a full host of their regulars here tonight, I think.
Yeah, that was that Sunday morning where they...
Yeah, it was like 6 or 7 were...
They were down by a lot early. I don't remember the exact score, but here's a shorthanded chance. Kicked away and then put wide as the penalty has just expired. Great chance for the Blizzard. Best scoring chance of the game.
They had 2 shorthanded goals scored against them, the Impact that was that weekend. Or that game, I'm sorry.
Yeah. That was right at the end of the penalty. I'm not sure if it was actually shorthanded or if the penalty had just expired, but 2 good chances. Now Kosh all alone in front, shoots Hedges. Stands his ground and makes the save.
Wall has to stay in the middle of the rink, George. He goes in to help his D-Manu who got burned, and he got burned. That's a double burn. Not a double Dion, by the way.
Second degree burn.
Okay.
Don't worry about it, folks. We're not going to be together tomorrow, so.
That's a good one. I like that.
Hanrahan trying to hold it in. Bouncing around. It comes out. Locke with a chance. Not sure Arnold really saw it. He looked over his shoulders and went past him.
Might have gone off the blocker. Not 100% sure.
Backhand chances. Locke, or as Arnold didn't control that rebound.
George, he actually controlled it, and I think he just tossed it back out.
Had it in the trapper and it came
Not
loose.
sure why. Patrick Wildlike?
Yeah.
Remember that?
I certainly do. Whoop. Well, behind the play, we've got a Impact player down and injured, or at least shaken up. Arnold going out to check on the Impact player.
And I have to admit, I did not see what happened. I was following the puck up ice. It was just
Likewise.
15 or 20 seconds after the goaltender made the save. But
I believe that's Aiden Locke, number 7.
yeah, and he's, if we remember back, George, Aiden Locke in one of the games we watched got hit. It was an interference call just down below us, and he got his cage rattled. He missed the rest of that game. He played
Right.
the Sunday game. He did not play the Saturday game, if you can remember.
Yep.
Now, he's played a lot of hockey since. He's been on the road a lot. He's been out of province. He's played a lot of hockey. I don't know what happened there.
Trainer Scott Klein attending to the player, and now we see Brian Casing, the head coach, heading out there. Don't see that a whole lot.
And
also the someone from the Blizzard bench coming out as well. There you see them. I'm not sure if that's Joe Yetman, the trainer for the Blizzard. And Brian Casey's out there. Scott Klein is out. So hopefully Aiden Locke's going to be okay. He's getting up to his knees at this point, so that's a good
a young
sign.
kid, a grade 10 student who is playing a lot of hockey. It's a lot of potential. And you just hope that it's one of these sort of bang-bangs that is not going to really hurt. But if you get one of these, what we call head hits, George, they have a tendency to linger for a period of time. Not sure if that's what happened, but I'm sure they're going to use every precaution necessary right now. The fact that he's a little woozy, I doubt if we'll see him much more.
Well,
You can see
certainly
he's-
want to err on the side of caution.
Oh, on question.
But it's nice to see he's skating off.
He's skating off on his own, but you can see that he's in a little bit of duress here.
We'll see if he'll. Yeah, I was going to say, I assume he's going to head to the dressing room and not the bench, and that's where he is going. So we hope Aiden Locke's going to be okay.
He's going to be a good player. He is a good player, and he's a formidable foe and a big, strong kid for a young guy.
We've only got 8.8 seconds left to go in the period. Clean face-off win. Mitchell Moore's shot went off a skate into the corner. Back towards the blue line, and time is going to run out as the first period comes to an end. Shots on goal, 11-9 in favor of the Impact. They're saying?
Well, it was at 7-2 at one point in time, maybe 12, 13 minutes into the game.
They had some chances on their power play, for sure.
They did, particularly the last, say, 3 or 4 minutes, and of course they got within the even and then up. But I still think the quality chances were certainly in favor of the Blizzard.
All right, so after 20 minutes of play between the East Coast Blizzard and the Central Impact, we've got no score in this one. We'll be back with the second period in just a few minutes. You're watching Newfoundland and Labrador under 18 Major Hockey League action from the Windsor Stadium in Grand Falls, Windsor, exclusively on AOTV.ca. And they're just making the announcement here in the stadium that Brian Casey, the head coach of the Central Impact, will be inducted into the HNL Hall of Fame tomorrow night. He gets a nice round of applause. Just talking to Paul Glavine between periods.
Okay.
Also going into the Hall of Fame tomorrow. And gave my apologies for not being able to make it tomorrow night. I was be here doing the game, but Paul is looking forward. I told him, first I was going to say, no, don't cry. And Andre Gill, who was sitting there, said, well, if it's going to be taped, I want to see him cry.
Well, I'm going to have my phone over there, George. And you know, when I have a phone close by, and you've showed me how to use it several times, I'm sure that we're going to get some good picks. How's that?
Oh, I look forward to it.
As I do.
Again, I don't know. I'm hoping somebody's recording this.
They
usually do. I know I did it one year in Gander. I went out and just shot it and put it on DVDs for everybody, that sort of thing.
It's going to be a nice night.
I
It's going to be it's a good event.
Similar. Yeah, they're doing it right in the Cornbrook Civic Center, and with the that's where the Hall of Fame is, of course, upstairs in the Civic Center. They're going to go up and get pictures taken up there, and should be a great evening. So they're going to do a little bit of repairs to the goalpost.
George,
down to our right is reason for the delay, by the way, Robert.
Okay, no sweat. I'd just like to give a shout out. One of my real good friends, he probably won't agree with it over the years through our Canada games and through sport and hockey. He's had a couple of sons go through the Blizzard organization. Mr. Rod Snow, who's a very well-renowned individual actually not going, but into the rugby, the Canadian Rugby Hall of Fame. Anyway, he texted me that his son plays on the Blizzard team. He said, are you doing the game tonight, blah, 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 what's the link, and so on and so forth, right? Anybody who knows Rod knows that he has a lot of humor. And, of course, I said, yes, we're doing the game, and I can give it to you. He said, okay, so I sent him the link. And, of course, I must have made because you had made fun of me as well about the thing about doing squats.
I didn't make fun of you. I just said.
So, anyway, so Rod Snow, who's
maybe a little
very, very big guy, and he's texted me back, and he says, by the way, you mentioned the word squats. Not only do you not know what they are, you don't know where they're done. He said, I am listening to the game, but I do have mute on right now. I love it.
Yeah, we had a little discussion about squats in the first period. And they're still working on the goalposts. Luke is out there, and if Luke can't fix it,
if Luke can't fix it, it can't be fixed.
No, it is beyond science if he can't do it.
And, George, on a more serious note, they had asked for a nurse or a trainer of some sort or a doctor to come to the Impact dressing room to tend to Mr. Aidan Locke. And we can just only hope that it's precautionary and he gets some attention. And I don't think that we will see him anymore the rest of this night, George.
No, hopefully he's okay. And as you say, hopefully it's just precautionary.
Well, we've used the term, George, going back to, we've been doing these games for a lot of times. You talk about you got your bell rung. And,
that's an old-time phrase.
It is. And you see stars. And, George, I know that I've been on the receiving end of having my bell rung. You get down, you shake your head, you get up, and you talk about getting the cobwebs and all that kind of stuff. And you literally do see stars.
Yeah, that stuff is taken much more seriously
my
these
goodness.
days with the concussion protocols and so on. And, again, we don't know if that's the case here
or
not. But
it wasn't necessarily a body injury of sorts because he was down in a little bit of duress. He made his way, but you could see that he didn't have 100% underneath him.
As they continue to work on the peg, the goalpost, Luke looks puzzled. Can't figure out why it won't go in. Anyways, so he's dealing with that with the officials down there. A chance to remind everybody we've got 2 more games coming up this weekend. 7:30 tomorrow night here at the Windsor Stadium, and then 10:30. I think it was originally scheduled for 10, but 10:30 Sunday morning, again between the Impact and the Blizzard. And a quick correction, we've got the goaltender for the Blizzards, Carter Arnold, not Cameron. Someone mentioned that to me.
Okay.
And when I looked at the program, I said, okay, it says Cameron. I looked at my notes from about a month ago, and I've got Carter written down. I went with the program. I should have gone with what I had done.
Sure.
So it's Carter Arnold. Apologies, folks.
And then we got a gathering of the troop down to our right, George.
Yeah.
Lukey is working feverishly trying to get that peg back in the ice.
The four officials are there, and one of the stadium attendants also there. A couple of the stadium attendants, and Luke is doing all the work though. The rest are
dare not
talking.
touch it. Dare not touch it.
Everybody else is just talking.
It's good to have a discussion, and
Luke is doing everything he can to get that peg in, and it's just not happening. No.
Must be a unionized job, is it, George?
I tell you, it's Luke's job.
I'm going to have to speak to Keith Ansel. Keith Ansel, the rec director. I'm not quite sure if that's his correct term or title right now.
About to retire.
In 2 weeks' time, I visited him yesterday, and he's looking forward to it. 31 years with the town of Grand Falls, Windsor. Mr. Keith Ansel, good friend of mine, good golfer, heading over to Portugal. Portugal, George, in January, February, March with his brother and his wife. And they're going to enjoy some time on the Mediterranean, and he's got 60 rounds of golf planned in 75 days. We should all be so lucky.
Yeah, happy retirement, Keith. It sounds like it's going to be a good one. He got a little plug at the Civic Awards last week.
He did, and rightly so.
And again, they continue to work on that peg.
Let's see, Lukey's even yelling.
Well, they got other people out there now helping as well. Robert, go down and give him a hand.
Well, my shoes are a little slippery right now.
That right peg does not want to go in. They possibly play without it?
Is that the square peg in the round hole?
Something like that,
Okay, that's what I thought.
The proverbial. I've never seen this. It just, you can see it's like it's cross-threaded. They're turning it and it won't grab. They've got the good pegs here. You know, they screw into what's down into the floor, and it's a rubber top to it.
And these are actually good pegs. Some of the other arenas, George, we've been in, we'll go back to Gander and the geomagnetic ones. I mean, if you blew on them or if it was a hard shot, it would knock off, and it used to come off so often.
And I can get that little nub where there's a bit of a spot on the bottom.
And I can remember myself and you doing so many games. We said one of these days there's going to be a goal that's disallowed or called off that should have been in, and of course.
Gee, where are you going with this, Robert?
It happened.
Yeah.
These pegs are good.
The famous Herder goal in Clarnville a few years ago.
Need we go there?
You just did.
Well, sorry.
You didn't mention it by name, but I think everybody knew
some
what
things.
you were talking about.
It was replayed a number of times.
Yeah, I was there calling that game, but our camera angle at the time, you couldn't see because I remember Toomey and Russell. Matt Toomey and Dustin Russell skated right in front of the post from our camera angle. We could not see how that puck got in to the goal. NTV were down about 30 feet to our right and just shooting some video, and they picked up the goal. And yeah, it was interesting times.
It certainly was. It was replayed a number of times.
Anyway, yeah, guys, we've got another game tomorrow night at 7:30. Let's get this
What's
fixed
curfew
before then.
What's curfew tonight, George?
My curfew? Usually it's about between 9 and 9:30, Robert.
Okay, you're probably not going to make the third period.
No, you're on your own.
Okay, that's unfortunate for the listeners.
Raptors are on at 10. I was hoping to get to see most of that game. But
and no baseball tonight, and I did watch right to the final out last night. It was over at 1:35, if anybody in Newfoundland is listening. Watching Houston.
I hope they are.
Watching Houston and Philadelphia last night, another great World Series game. And I'm just a baseball fan, and I really don't care if Houston wins or Philly wins. But it was nice to see Justin Verlander, who's going to be a Hall of Famer, get a victory last night after 6 chances to win a game in the World Series.
Verlander against...
well, they ended up with 6 pitchers last night.
I remember who the other starter was.
For Philly, oh my goodness, I watched the whole game, but they went through 6 pitchers.
Another all-star pitcher. I had it a moment ago. It's gone.
Cinderland. Not long blonde here.
Yeah,
He started the year with California. Cinderland?
It'll come to me before we're finished, I hope.
But it was a great game.
I confess, Robert, I'm a baseball fan too, but that last game with the Blue Jays,
Yeah, I know. It took
Cut the heart right out of me. And
took the wind out of the sails.
I
I
really
know.
haven't watched any baseball since, to be honest.
And George, you know, being a baseballer growing up, and
that one killed me.
Yeah, I used to watch a lot of baseball. I don't watch a whole lot during the summer now, but when the playoffs come, when they start, you know, the third week of September or so, I don't miss many games. Anyway, Lukey's convinced down to our right, George, the Blizzard goal, that is going to be good to go.
All right, we are set. Noah Syndergaard.
Syndergaard, okay, well.
I had to Google it.
I'm
going to admit. A great pitching matchup last night.
Phenomenal.
All right, no score after 20 minutes, or a lot longer than that now. We get set for period number 2. And back from the Blizzard, they split the defense, drop it off, and the pass is in the skates. Marner, what an opportunity he had. Maybe was a little too unselfish.
Yeah, when you get in that position, George, you, as a shooter, you're expected to shoot it.
Hughes, fan on it, kept it in though, and a shot comes in. That's kicked away by Arnold. Hughes, back for Green, pass in behind him. That'll chase Joey Green all the way back behind his own goal. Up for Party. Lambert will get to it. Lambert hustling in. Goes into the corner. Cross is on him. Lambert plays it behind the goal. Snow will pick it up. Penalty coming up to the Blizzard. Holding.
It's going to be a holding call here behind the play, George. And that's a result of a good forecheck. Lambert gets in there. He had a great opportunity about 30 seconds earlier. Got put on his kettle, got back up. But that's the thing. He really got in on a forecheck. Forced the D-man to take just a little quick grab behind the play. As we're saying that, we just look down below. We see Aiden Locke and the Civvies.
So the Impact with their second power play of the game. They had some good opportunities in their first one back in the first period. Won the faceoff, but it is stolen away by Lovelace. Lovelace shorthanded will back it in. Down into the corner, goes behind the goal. It's Evan Cross in the penalty box. There's a turnover right in front. Lovelace with a chance.
They're calling it a goal.
They're saying it went in. Boy, that had everybody confused as to what was happening. Let's take a look, see if we pick this one up, Robert.
I thought it went off the post and come out, but the referee is calling it, and the players on the Impact are...
Yeah, we're just getting the tail end of it there. It happened...
Wall overplays the puck, George, and... Yeah, that actually goes in. George hits off the the post, in off the back and comes back out. That's a real bad turnover. Results in a goal. And the thing, it was a nothing play, really. However, first goal of the evening.
Shorthanded for the Blizzard. Turnover down right in front of the goal. And
last time these two teams played, George, the Blizzard had 2 shorthanded goals. And if we can remember, there was 5 power plays and only 2 goals.
So now the Impact trying to regroup. Still on the power play now. Chance to get that one back. They turn it over inside the blue line. Wall has to go back to get it. Mitchellmore's on him. Plays it off the boards for Kellaway. Kellaway back to Wall. Wall tries the other side. That's picked off and it goes up and out of play.
That's a big turnover, George. And the thing, you're just getting set up and just an overplay of the puck. And, you know, you've got to protect the puck. And that's not even one protecting the puck. It's just losing the handle on it.
Minute 2 to go in the power play. I confess I was not sure that one had gone in.
No, me either.
Green flips it into, tried to flip it into the corner. That's caught by Arnold. He'll hold on to it. The faceoff will be in the Blizzard end.
And George, as simple as a play that is, he catches that puck, and that's a really good play because the thing is that he's seen his own blue jerseys, and they're back onto the puck. And, of course, that gives the opposition an opportunity to get in on the forecheck. He negates that.
Clean face-off win for the Impact. Put it down into the corner. Harnett drops it off for Green. Down into the corner. Russell back to Green, back to Russell. Back at the point, Harnett has it. Russell fanned on the pass, and an easy clear for the Blizzard.
They didn't overload one side of the zone, George, and you need to overload one side of the zone when you're on a power play, and that helps to spread out the opposition.
Mulrooney will take it out himself, the defenseman, stops up along the boards, tried to throw it in front, one and done, cleared away by the Blizzard again.
That's a forced pass. You gotta be a little bit more patient.
And that's going to force Hedges to hold on to it. Just 5 seconds left to go in the power play. So a great penalty kill for the Blizzard. They come up with a short-handed goal, lead this one 1-0.
The Impact, George, had trouble right off the get-go trying to establish getting down low inside of the blue line with control, and that means you're chasing the puck. And if you're chasing the puck as an offensive player on a power play, that's going to be difficult. He's telling them to go back, the forward, saying he had his change. They only have 4 out there.
And that will do it now for the penalties. Cross makes his way back onto the ice. He will stay out there, picking up his position on the left defense. Bokey turned it over to Pinkston. Now we've got a penalty coming up, and a Impact player is down. A lot happening on that play. Pinkston quickly back up, though. We may have more than one coming on this as the two referees get together.
This is one of these late hits, George, behind the play. And, of course, we see so many of the hits today, whether they're late or whatever, but we've, a number of games we've seen this, George, the head checks.
There had already been a penalty signal before the hit on Pinkston.
I think he's going to get kicked out of the game, George.
Jacob Ledrew, I assume he picked up that first penalty that was being called when the hit on Pinkston occurred. Right now, all we're seeing is Jacob Ledrew in the penalty box for the Blizzard.
It's going to be a minimum of 4 minutes head check. That's the minimum that it's going to be.
The discussion continuing right down below us. You see it there, the two officials talking to the scorekeepers. Well, I saw somebody put up 4 fingers. So there may be a 4-minute penalty coming up somewhere, Robert.
Every head check is a 4-minute jobby now.
Yeah.
If a player gets hurt, it usually is accompanied by a 5-minute major and an expulsion from the game. I'm not sure if that's what's going to happen or not. The player had gone down, looked like he was injured. He got back up. He's gone to the dressing room. Both officials, actually, George, one official had his arm up right away, and then the other official went up and they nodded at each other as if say, I got this call.
I thought the arm had gone up, indicating a penalty even before that hit happened. I thought that happened on the delayed penalty.
I'm watching the coach of the
a second or two in between, maybe.
I'm watching the coach of the Blizzard team. He's speaking to the official, and the official's basically shrugging his shoulders. He said, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to call? In other words, this is it's pretty easy to call.
Whatever the call is, it's being explained down to our right to the Impact bench.
So I guess it's a little bit more difficult to explain.
Got 2 players gone to the penalty box.
Yeah, so that means it is going to be an ejection from the game, George. I'm thinking. I don't know how you. Oh, no, I got to wait.
Yeah, well, yes, but we got Ledrew and Spurl in the penalty box for the Blizzard. Right now, the penalty clock is showing just the 2-minute penalty. It's coming with 16:57 to go here in the second.
Yeah, we know it's going to be definitely more than a 2 minute because there's another guy got in, so it's going to be a minimum of 4.
Yep.
Unless there was an additional penalty beside the 4 minute head check, George. I'm not quite sure. I don't know if anybody is. Maybe Rod Snow is listening. He's got me on mute, so maybe he can send us a message.
Well, they're now down at the Blizzard bench, and the Blizzard coaching staff not really, well, they didn't seem too happy with it. Let's see.
Not many coaches are too happy.
I see the
George.
coach now saying, okay, gotcha. He's giving that kind of body language. We'll wait. We'll get an announcement in a moment from Ken Hoffling, I'm sure, the public address announcer. It's 5-on-4. And again, only the 2 minutes showing on the clock right now. But we'll get the announcement for you in a second.
There's a lot going on for not a whole lot.
Scores! As the announcement's being made, LeDrew with 4 with a head contact. And the Impact score quickly on the power play.
So, George, the only thing I can see is that when
I'm
you get
not sure why we're late with the replays, Robert. We'll have to work on that.
I'm assuming, George, with
there it
a
is.
4 minute, there you go. Just a simple shot from outside, left or loose. So the only thing I can see, George, once you get a 4 minute head check, you had to have someone go in and serve your 2 minute as a monitor, and the other individual has the say in there for the full 4 minutes.
And with everything going on, the reason I was saying we were late with the replay actually was fine, but
you didn't hit the
we
button.
were looking at the wrong screen.
Oh,
too much happening.
It's a lot going on.
Yeah. My excuse.
It's a Friday night.
All right, so we're tied at 1. So with the 4 minute penalty, the Impact stay on the power play for another minute 20 seconds.
The other penalty was a 2 minute for checking from behind.
That was the first one, and then LeDrew picked up the second.
Okay, that makes sense. Hasn't been the same since that peg never went in the ice.
Boom, there's a shot off a leg, comes all the way down the ice. Yeah, we haven't recovered from that one yet.
No, we're not going to. We got to get Lukey up here.
Lambert gets rid of it at center. Smith quickly across, unable to get it in deep was Cody. Comes right back out. A little chip and chase from Lambert. He gets in there, was looking for Sims out in front. That was picked off by Lovelace. Sent back into the corner again. Cody, Lambert in there. Went off a couple of sticks down the ice. Who touched it last? Who's going to get there first? Touched last by the Blizzard. Impact get there first. That's icing.
That's a good call, just on this side of the red line. Pass was out there, but the forward on the Blizzard took it on his side of the red line. Of course, it gets back down into their zone. Face off to the left of the goaltender. 1-1 game. We get a good game going, George. Amongst everything else has been taking place, they switch it over to the other side. Not sure if that makes a difference.
Face-off win for the Impact. 3 seconds to go in the power play. Here's Noble. Noble with a shot. Hedges stands his ground and makes the save.
First 2 shifts of the game, Noble had, George. He had 2 great scoring opportunities. Really like the way he comes through the middle of the rink.
So we're back to even strength as Lambert backhands it in. Blizzard will bring it out, looking for Noble in the middle. Noble threw it out in front. It's put just wide by King. Puck a little bit close to the skates, couldn't get away a good shot. That one shot in by Andrews. Blocker save made by Hedges. Out in front from Mitchell and another save by Hedges.
George Russell on that shift there for the Impact. He got turned around 3 times. He watched 2 of his checks go past him twice, and that's no good. And then the last time he was caught flat-footed. The guy coming off the bench for the Blizzard comes in, really no troubles at all. Puck on the stick on the puck, boom. Good shot, but a good save by the goaltender.
From the faceoff, the puck goes to the boards. Cross able to hold it in, put it in wide. Hedges got a glove on it anyway, tipped it into the corner. Now goes to the far boards. Players pile in over there, and Impact come away with it. Knocked off their stick back into their own end. Mulrooney turning under pressure. Farrell trying to work his way out in front for the Blizzard. King back behind the goal for Farrell. Snow winds up that one off a leg. It'll ricochet all the way out to center. Cross got to it first, but Pinson followed up on it, got it down in deep in the Blizzard territory. Pinson comes up with the puck, gets it in front, shot, scores!
George, it's an
ball from the defensive position.
Yeah, it's an overplay down low, and one of the things I really like the play that Snow made on the offensive zone, holding the boards. He didn't have a lot of support. However, the puck comes back over the other side on the weak side, and 2 forwards watch the Impact player. Just watch this there, George. It's a really, there's a nothing going on here, a little turnover. Just look at the white ice, George. There's just too much space. Too much space. We have 4 blue jerseys, 1 white jersey, and nobody attacks the puck.
So back-to-back goals by the Impact have them out in front, 2-1, 13:25 to go, second period.
Big turnover on the boards.
The Wall crept in from his left point position. Saw there was nobody there.
Oh, there was nothing going on there.
So he had all kinds of room to wander in, and the puck found him. Quinlan feathers it in. Strickland back to get it. Kept in. Another good blocker save made by Hedges. Turnover along the boards. Another shot, another save. Russell behind his goal. The puck bounced on him a little bit. Just played it to the boards. He's got it again. Russell will take it back behind his own goal to safety. Quinlan forcing him. Dumped into the corner. Hanrahan a little slow to move on it. Verdi gets knocked down.
Yeah, he's got caught flat-footed there, and they're going the wrong way, George.
Out of east and west right now, as we say, Robert.
No good. It's going to be an icing call. And George, I look at Coach Casey, and he goes right back out with the Russell line again. And of course, they had a bit of a tough shift, but he must see something that he liked. But right now, we see it going down low. And what they're saying, the officials are saying, you cannot change.
Yeah, that's 2 of the new changes.
Yeah, it's a difficult job to keep an eye on everybody's on that ice.
Yeah, it's hybrid icing and also no change icing this year. It's not the case in previous seasons. So that line has to stay out there. Back at the point, Andrews able to hold it in. Backhand up high, knocked down. And out comes Russell. Russell getting around the outside. He's got half a step, tried to feed it in front.
He's got strong legs. I like the way he goes to the outside and comes back to the middle.
Now the Impact get a change in. Here's Pardy, fed it out in front. Green couldn't knock it down, and he's going to have to hustle back in his own end to pick it up. Green hard off the boards, but looking for Pardy. Pardy's going to get there first, so no icing.
It's the hybrid one, George.
That's the one. Lambert, the other side. Harnett, back to Green. Green with a shot over the top of the goal. Harnett had it caught up in his skates, didn't know where it was. Shot in. by Pilgrim. He'll head to the bench. Lambert along the boards. Can't get it out. Lovelace takes a hack at it. Party trying to split the defense. No dice there. Out it comes. Joey Green has it. Green sends it back in.
The Blizzard 2 D-man really closed quickly on Hardy at that particular point in time. Shut off any open ice that was there.
Pass gets past Wall. Go back to get it. Hard off the glass. Gets it out. Kellaway, good hustle to get back there. Fed it out in front. Pinson looking for it. Arnold able to keep it out. Here's Wall with a chance. Looking far side. It went off a stick and wide.
Wall's got as good a shot as any.
Pinson backhands it in. And the Blizzard bring it out. Noble, smooth skater, takes it to the right side, in over the blue line. Threw it right in front. Hedges has it in the trapper and holds on.
Rangy centerman Noble, I like the way he comes through. I love the way he spreads his legs going over to, taking it on his backhand on the right-hand side. Really strong, protects the puck, and doesn't just give it up, George, which is what I like. Pilgrim had a real good shift the last time as well, George, coming down. Really, they needed some puck possession, and they got it from his particular shift.
Puck comes into the near corner up along the boards. Blizzard on it first. Comes out in front, and Farrell with a chance. They hit some bodies in front, and it's cleared down the ice. This will be icing against the Impact.
What the Blizzard did on that this last shift, George, the one that resulted in this icing, they actually got two guys down on the puck. Before, they had just too much gap. So even though the first guy got in on the forecheck, the second guy was 15, 20 feet away, which wasn't close enough to get the puck once it was turned over. That time, they were a little closer, 6 to 8 feet, got the puck, got a shot on net.
(2-1) Impact leading the Blizzard with 9:19 to go. Second period.
Not sure what this...
No, it's a big discussion down there.
Yeah, not sure why. Seemed like a pretty simple play to me. Questioning and icing.
It's taken a long time to play this second period. We had a lengthy delay at the beginning of the period.
I think there's going to be a penalty assessed. Not quite sure why. I'm a little befuddled here.
Referee is headed to the Impact bench to discuss it. So we had that long delay. We had trouble with the peg down to our right.
It's never been the same.
And then a lengthy delay on the penalties that were called partway through the period. And now we have another lengthy discussion.
Is Halloween over?
You think it's a full moon or something?
There's something. Do we get paid time and a half, George, if we go over?
Yes, we do.
Okay, thanks. I have no idea what's going on here. It was just a simple icing play. It went down the ice. And I still don't know what's going on. It's a big delay for nothing.
Yeah, it's still 5-on-5 out there. And the referees are still chatting.
30 or 40 people on the ice. Looks like general skating. The Blizzard coaches both were upset. Their hands spread wide, but there was a question and it went over to the official. Now both officials are talking to each other.
Two referees are still having a chat outside the blue line. I'm with you, Robert. Looked like a straightforward icing call.
Well, I mean, George,
bring the puck back, drop it, and carry on.
Yeah, you referee basketball, very good at it. We've all been involved in hockey for a number of years.
Now we've got to have a discussion at the Blizzard bench. Sure.
Okay. It seems, as the old saying goes with Shakespeare, much ado about nothing.
Well done, sir.
I'm glad there was no penalty being called because we could be here for another 20 minutes. And I got to get someone to go down and get us some fries because this is ridiculous.
Something to kill some time here. All right, whatever it is, it's nothing. As you say, much ado about nothing.
Wow. Glad we got that straightened out.
House is into Hedges. He'll hold on to it.
I'd like to get an explanation afterwards. I'll have to see if I can speak to either of the coaches. I'm afraid to ask the Blizzard. I'll ask Brian Tremler or Brian Casey.
Do your roving reporter duties between periods.
Thank you.
Find out what the heck that was all about.
Honestly.
Shot back in by the Blizzard. Hedges watches it go behind the goal. Puck is rolling all the way into the corner here on the near side. Farrell fed it out in front, trying to get it to King. His shot was stopped. Lambert's got it along the boards for the impact, and he'll get it out. Harnett couldn't knock it down. Cody to King. He couldn't handle it. Mitchell Moore grabs it, shoots it in. Mitchell Moore now in the corner. Puck bounces up in the air. Farrell trying to cut out in front. And finally it's cleared. Here's Pardy. Pardy cut off as he tried to cut in front of the goal, following up on it. The impact get it back to, well, they tried to get it back to the point. It was cut off. And now King has it for the Blizzard. Pass intended for Farrell, too far for him. And then shot in by Cody. Hughes.
That was a missed icing call there.
Quinlan's got it in along behind the goal, taken away. Pinsent, rather, 14. Chipped in by Quinlan. Pinsent behind his goal again. Quinlan's all over him. Long shot in. Hedges has got that in the trapper and holds on.
And Pinson needed some puck support down low, didn't get it. And of course, the puck comes out to Pilgrim. Pilgrim's got a good shot, George. Remember the first weekend, he's a right D-man, real quick release. You don't see him coming back with the big slap shot, but he's very effective at getting the puck through. And we've seen it there, and goaltender made a nice, easy glove save. No traffic in front. Face off to his left.
Down to 7:33 to go here in the second. Blizzard opened the scoring on a shorthanded goal. Impact tied it up on a power play and then scored a second goal, even strength, lead it 2-1. Blocker save made by Hedges. It came off the boards right out in front. He's got to cover it up.
George, that's the result of a good face-off win. Blizzard win it, gets right back to Snow over on the right side. He gives the puck up, a real nice play, a simple pass over the Cross. Cross did not have a shooting lane, George, and chose to shoot that just a little wide of the goaltender instead of forcing it through, so it gets deflected. And, of course, the result coming off the glass, and they had a great scoring opportunity.
This is tipped out. Mulrooney looking for it. Hanrahan had it taken away right out in front for Quinlan, and another save made by Hedges.
3 turnovers in a row, George, on impact here now. And, of course, really see Blizzard focusing down low. They've turned the puck over 3 times, George, inside of the blue line. It's bad if you turn it over outside of the blue line. It's disaster inside. Goaltender had to come up with a big save.
Adam Hedges having a big game here for the Impact.
He's worked on his game a lot last couple of years, George.
In my discussions with Paul Glean between periods, in addition to talking about his induction into the Hall of Fame tomorrow night, we talked about Adam Hedges. It's not going to be a penalty for interference.
I think it's a good check.
It was a good hip check. I agree with you. It just seems like the way the game is played these days, that sort of thing draws penalties more often than not.
He actually finished his check. If I'm coaching, I'm saying that's a good play.
Yep. Tipped out. Anyway, we're talking about Adam Hedges, and Paul has coached Adam
Yes.
a bit over the last couple of years, and he said, yeah, he's made great strides in the last 2 years.
Yeah, he's worked well on his game, George, and he realized that he's going to be a good goaltender, and he needs to work on the game, and he has.
This is his 3rd year with the Impact.
Yep.
When he came up, young fellow was backing up both Cameron and Mitchell Dinn. Jack Cameron and Mitchell Dinn.
That's right.
And only played a little bit here and there, and wasn't as confident. He says his confidence is way higher now, and that shows. And for a goaltender, being confident and knowing you're the number one guy is a great feeling. And
well, he was thrust into that role last year, George, and now he is the go-to goaltender.
And he's leading the league in goals against. His goals against is, I don't have it right in front of me, but I think it's been like 1.67. It's phenomenally low.
I like the way he challenges shooters. He comes out. He's not a big goaltender, but he makes himself big.
Turned over at the blue line. Played a little scrappy right there. Sims comes up with it. Pinsent pushed off the puck. Gets it down to Sims, though, in behind the goal. Under 6 to play here in the second. I feel like some of the edge come out of this game ever since that delay a few minutes ago, right?
I agree, George. I have to say the same thing.
It's lost some of its intensity. Whoop, Sims, dangerous play. Took it around in behind the goal, got away with it, then quickly moves it ahead. Mulrooney. Mulrooney with a shot, save made by Arnold. That pass off the mark. Over here to an open wing. Smith backing up in his own end, turns. Good outlet pass, Marner. Marner dumps it in, and Marner gets dumped. Pass taken by Lambert, trying to cut in front. He's cut off on a good play. Thrown right in front and is tipped over the top of the goal. Smith stayed with Lambert, but Lambert was able to stay with it and get it out in front of the goal.
That's what I was saying earlier in the game, George. In the last couple of years, I've been watching Lambert. He's a big, strong kid. But I really like the way he protects the puck. He's not like a guy who's going to burn you to the outside with incredible speed. But one thing he does do is when he gets there, he puts the brakes on and protects the puck, makes a good pass, which is what he just did on that particular shift.
All the way down the ice it goes. Blizzard get there first, negate the icing. Hits the side of the goal. Bounces up in the air, hits off the side of the goal, fed into the blue paint. King able to clear it away. Noble threw it out through the slot and it went right between the two defensemen back at the points, and Snow has to go back to get it.
Well, we see Cross and Snow switched over then on getting on their strong sides for the pass in the offensive zone.
Lovelace, he's had a good game. Lovelace with a shot over the top of the goal.
He's got a quick release, George Lovelace does.
He's got their lone goal. Short-handed, that'll be icing. Down to 3:34 to go here in what's been a long second period.
Yeah, and this is the one where you watch officials going there telling Impact that they cannot change. They're trying to sneak a change in, however.
Yeah, not just the players and coaches have to adjust to the new rule, but the officials do as well.
Yeah, and the officials got enough on their plate without this one.
Remember, when there's an icing, have a look at the offending team's bench. Make sure they don't get a change in.
I don't know how you can remember all 5 guys on the ice.
As soon as the whistle goes, you just immediately look over and make sure nobody comes on.
Need to get there and just bar the gates.
Yeah. Lincoln Canning backhanded it off the boards, comes back to Canning. Now he'll send it in right on goal. Arnold catches it, leaves it for Pilgrim. Pilgrim, long stretch pass, a good one. It's on the stick of Mitchellmore. He just couldn't accept it cleanly. He was there. Farrell overskated it. Pilgrim's got it back at the point, top of the circle shot. I think that hit Hanrahan in front, comes all the way out to center. Tip back in. Andrews will shoot it in. Blizzard clear the zone. Green. Kellaway. Good pass.
Nice chip passes, right.
To Russell. Russell ran into the defense and out the puck comes. Green's got a hustle. King trying to get to it. King got a stick on it. Green back behind his goal. Unable to hold it in was Cody. Here's Sims. Sims with a shot. There was room on far side. Kellaway following up on it. Good save made by Arnold. You could see from here there was some open room.
There was.
Arnold cheating to his glove side a little bit.
That's a bad call. That goes off of the white stick. That was not an icing call, and I'm really surprised that they never got that one. Impact get a bit of a break.
Minute 49 to go, second period. Sorry, Robert.
That's all right.
Mulrooney, hard pass over for Wall. Spurl off the glass, gets it out. Wall knocks it down. Ian Wall stepping in. Shot hit a leg, and it comes out to center. Mulrooney turns, gets it to Lambert. Lambert will bring it in. Lambert can't pull the trigger, gets to it. Just plays it behind the goal. Carter Cody up along the boards. Quinlan runs into a couple of Impact players, and Mulrooney back in his own end to gather up the loose puck. Quickly ahead, Harnett swinging wide, a shot save made by Arnold. Mulrooney able to hold it in. Harnett on it, Harnett towards the goal, it's redirected. Arnold able to keep it out. That puck changed direction on the way to the Blizzard goaltender. 1 minute to go here in the second. Kellaway weaving his way in over the blue line, takes it down into the corner, tried to get it out in front for Sims. That was picked off. Pinson's got it back at the point. Wall to the near board. Sims on it. That'll come out. Pinson back at center. Turns. He'll bring it back in as the defense backs up. What a move by Pinson. Couldn't get the shot away. The puck is still loose. It went off the defenseman Smith and just wide. 24 seconds to go.
Two beautiful moves. Wow, he turned me inside out on that one.
Just couldn't get away the shot after making that great move. And then the shot that came from the right side went off the defenseman Smith over at the far post and just went wide. That went off some legs to the corner. 3 seconds to go. Buzzer goes, and talked about the intensity had dropped off, but it picked up in those last couple of minutes.
Yeah, the last 3 minutes or so, George, was back and forth each time, and a couple of great opportunities for both teams. And the Impact had 3 really good chances, and of course, Blizzard came back counteracted with a great chance down low.
All right, folks, 2-1 for the Impact over the Blizzard after 2 periods of play. Shots on goal all even at 20 apiece. We will take a break and come back with period number 3 in just a couple of minutes. You're watching the Newfoundland and Labrador Under-18 Major Hockey League action between the East Coast Blizzard Central Impact from the Windsor Stadium in Grand Falls, Windsor, exclusively here on AOTV.ca. right, so here we go, getting ready for the third period between these two teams. Impact leading it 2-1 after 40 minutes of play. Give a shout out to the head coach, East Coast Blizzard, Jeff Brewer. Not here at the game tonight. He's in Sarasota, Florida. I think he's going to be taking a Tampa Bay Bucks game. He's watching the game tonight. He's got the webcast up on the big screen. He's tweeted it out. So shout out to Jeff.
Florida's not a bad spot to be this time of the year, is it, George?
No, not at all. Just 27 seconds in, an icing call against the Impact.
George, I'm just looking down to our right just as the faceout takes place, and we can still see a considerable amount of water on the ice, and the ice looks very soft.
Had a major problem with that a couple of games earlier in the year. Start of a period, the puck just kept sticking to the ice. Remember one game after the first whistle. Here's a chance in front for Lambert. He's stopped by Arnold.
Great transition coming through the neutral zone.
They actually had to stop the game and wait a few minutes because
Yes.
the puck just kept sticking. Well, going back the other way as the Blizzard are changing. Harnett trying to feed it out in front, was looking for Kellaway. That was taken away by Andrews. Squirts out in front. Kellaway there plays it to the boards, and then it's played out by Sims. Kosh off the boards, doesn't get it out. Kellaway's got it. Kellaway towards the goal. A little knuckleball in towards Arnold. He'll hold on. Over in the West Coast, the other game happening tonight in the league, Pinnacle Growlers taking it to the Western Kings. They're up 7-2 after 2 periods of play. So looks like the Growlers are going to at least be tied for first again after tonight. Just 2 points separating the two teams tied for first, the Blizzard and the Growlers, and the third place team, the Impact. Very tight at the top.
Which bodes well for each and every week, George, and gives all of the teams really something to fight for.
No surprise, you expected this when we watched that kickoff tournament back in September that was played here at the Windsor Stadium. So many close games, so many competitive games. We knew the league was going to be tight this year. Whoa, Arnold went down as he tripped up as he turned. I think he caught his skate on the post.
Actually, the Impact guy coming through his crease, they hooked.
Oh, really?
Inadvertently caught skates, George, is what had happened.
Okay. Well, that's why the reaction from the Blizzard.
Yes.
Didn't realize that there was some contact with the
It was totally
Impact
inadvertent,
player.
however, but
Still,
even then.
There's a turnover. Lincoln Canning takes it to the corner. Impact were changing. Now the Impact will control it. I thought he just hooked his skate on the side of the post and missed the Impact player. Kind of caught it out of the corner of my eyes. The puck was going the other way.
That being said, the Impact player did go through the blue, and of course, you watch the goaltender there now. He's going to make sure that nobody else comes through.
Pilgrim knocks it down. He and Hanrahan go to the boards. Hanrahan goes down hard. Big size differential there between Pilgrim and Hanrahan, and Pilgrim's going to go to the box and now get a little brouhaha
Well,
down
George,
to the corner.
I feel bad for Hanrahan, but I don't like this call. This is a call, a bigger, stronger guy. Hanrahan actually dips his shoulder to put a check on him, and the other guy on the Blizzard is just a bigger, stronger guy, George. He's not hitting him into the boards. It's not from behind. He just, he was challenged. It's not a dirty play. Not at all.
Well, I think they were kind of shoulder to shoulder heading to the boards, and one player was just, I agree with you, Robert. I think it's just a case of one player being stronger than the other.
That's all it is.
It looked bad.
It did look bad. Yet there's no question it looked bad. He's not in a defensive position, or defenseless position, I should say.
Yep.
It's not a check from behind. Hanrahan's a strong kid. Shorter, stronger, but he's up against a big kid. He puts his shoulder in him. It's a 50-50 puck.
Yeah, Pilgrim is
I may have people
considerably
disagree,
bigger
but
kid.
anyway, that's the way it works.
So Pilgrim has gone to the bench, and Joey Green, who jumped in defense of Hanrahan, has also gone to the penalty box. Whether or not these will now offset, we'll see. There are the officials.
Well, the way that
Again,
we've been
having a discussion.
Well, I was going to say, George, we had a discussion a while ago, Much Ado About Nothing, which took 6 minutes. This is going to take 26 minutes.
Well, let's hope not.
And, George, as we look at on the ice, and, we're 3 or 4 minutes into the period now, and we still see lots of water on the ice.
Two for boarding, 2 for roughing. What do you think?
I don't even think it was a penalty.
Well, he did call it, so
He did, yeah.
so what do you think they're going to come up with here?
Well, and the player wasn't hurt. It's got to be a double monitor, and then, of course, the Impact are going to get the additional, not the additional 2, but they're going to get 2 as well. And if I'm a betting man, I'm going to say it's going to be offsetting.
That's where I'm putting my money, but we'll see.
That being said, it's taken a long time to have offsetting penalties. Is it Bet 360, George? Is that what it's called?
Oh, we don't promote betting here on the webcast.
Okay. I was going to say I got a coffee here. It's gone cold, however. My water's gone warm.
Controversial topic for another day. Boy, this is a
Well, I'm looking down into the
lot
penalty
of
box,
talking.
and we're in a very good vantage point here. We're 15 feet away, and we can look down, and there's a lot of discussion. Ken Hoffling is writing feverishly. I see the timekeeper with the Eagles jacket on with his phone there. I'm trying to read his text there. I can't see it. I'm going to need another eye surgery.
Yeah, we're pretty close to the ice here for doing a game.
We certainly are.
Not quite. I was away in. We got some time to kill. I was away in Winnipeg this summer doing the Junior National Ball Hockey Championships. We're at the Canada Life Center, where the Winnipeg Jets play.
Right.
So I got to go up into the broadcast booth where Sportsnet and TSN broadcast from, and it's a little bit further away than this.
Very high up.
It's like you're looking straight down.
Hence why those broadcast guys have the monitors, George. Can't see the ice.
Oh, they call it
I know.
live. The
They do.
monitors help out on the replays and stuff, but they're people have asked me, these NHL guys, do they call it off a monitor, or where they're so far away? I said, no, you can see it. I guess the furthest up we were was at the World Under
Center
17.
100.
Center 100 or Center 200, 100? It's not long ago now. Maybe it's 200 by now. In Sydney. Well, they had a broadcast booth initially. And
In
then
Cape Breton.
And they turned, not Sydney, Australia. They turned the broadcast booth and that whole level into private boxes and
Yes.
moved the broadcast booth literally up into the rafters.
We were in the rafters.
That was a long ways up.
It was. I can remember Bill Feltham was our camera guy. Myself and you and Bill went up. It was over the Christmas holidays. And I had to help Bill up. Bill was afraid of heights. And he worked out the TRA on the forklift.
But to walk to the actual broadcast location, you go up the steps, you'd walk across so far, and you'd have to step over the rafters.
They had
the steps built up.
The little catwalk there.
You go up and then down the other side, and then.
Did we get hazard pay for that, George?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it was very cold up there at the time, too.
Now, it's not like the gondola in
It was about
the old Maple Leaf Gardens or anything, but anyway, we're just killing time till we find out what's going on.
Yeah,
here.
well, it should be another while.
It's 5-on-4 after all that, a power play for the Impact.
We've had a lot of delays
So
here
I'm
tonight.
guessing 4 against Pilgrim, 2 against Green, because we've got a second player gone in the penalty box for the Blizzard. scores. We were listening for the announcements. Let's get to the penalties afterwards, Robert. Get your reaction, but
Okay, we see.
let's take a look at the power play goal here.
Yeah, it's a 2-on-1 down low. Blizzard get caught a little flat-footed. You see 3 white jerseys. He gets beat over on the right-hand side. Comes across a little flip pass. Goaltender really is at his mercy. But to go back to the penalties, George, one is called a checking from behind, which checking from behind warrants a 5-minute major kick out of the game, which I just don't see. But anyway, that's it.
Yeah, they said.
And then the double monitor to Joey Green for coming in afterwards. So effectively, it's a power play. But of course, the Blizzard lose another guy.
Yeah, big defenseman, Pilgrim.
Yeah, there was no checking from behind.
Anyway, Pinsent makes it 3-1. Didn't get a lot on that shot. That's why he sort of hesitated on the call. It came off his stick off the top of the blade and kind of fluttered towards
Yeah, it was
goal.
almost a fan shot, actually, and I think that's the reason why it probably escaped the goaltender.
It took a while to get into the back of the net.
That's a big goal as well.
Yeah, 2-goal lead now. That goes up and out of play down in the corner. We're down to 16:07 to go here in the third period. Eight to 3 for the Pinnacle Growlers over the Western Kings over in Corner Brook. Just about halfway through the third period. Mitchellmore getting around Wall. Went off of Lambert skating behind the goal. Mitchellmore stays with it.
Wall made a poor route on that one, chasing the guy coming towards him. He needs to peel back.
Tip back towards the blue line and out. Cody will turn head, hit the linesman. Ouch. That smarts a little bit.
Yeah,
the leg.
he's,
Oh, and there's a giveaway. Chance in front and diving out to break that up rather was Mulrooney. If he didn't get a stick on that, I think it was 3-2.
It certainly was. It was an empty net.
Just got a piece of it enough to change it. The player on the left was winding up for the one-timer, and puck didn't get to him. Sims behind the goal gets knocked down. Gets it to Kellaway. Kellaway again cycles it low. Sims has got it behind the goal. Pinson back for Strickland. Hopped over his stick. Look out.
That's
Here's Lovelace. Lovelace backhand. Hit the post.
That's it.
And then went in.
Yeah, that's it. That's just that pass coming from the forward down low inside the hash mark, going back to your D-man as the forward is going out towards him, puts your D-man in just a brutal, vulnerable position.
Yeah,
the D-man just doesn't have a prayer on this.
Hit the inside of the post and then found the back of the goal. Here it is.
But here it is right here, George. You're just giving this up. That puck has got to stay low. Like, you're at your mercy here. He makes I really like this little delay with the stick, puts it in the side. Good play. And, of course, we spoke about how quickly the other goal was an effective one. This one brings them right back within a goal again.
Yeah, the Impact were looking pretty good there for a minute. Up by 2 and seeming to have the momentum going their way. They had a lot of pressure down in the Blizzard zone, but that quick goal by the Blizzard have them right back in this one.
And hands back out here. It's good to see him after that check.
Lovelace with a couple of goals for the Blizzards.
It's
the
up.
puck is flipped up over the glass. No penalty for the puck over glass.
Yeah, we got too many other penalties to worry about besides that. Not a bad crowd, George. We were talking about earlier tonight. It was a little sparse to start the game, but not too bad a crowd here tonight at the Windsor Stadium. On a Friday night. What else have you got to do on a Friday night?
They're going to play again tomorrow night. A little bit earlier start, 7:30. I expect a pretty good crowd again tomorrow night. Impact seems to be catching on a little bit with the community after being in the league for a few years. And, of course, with COVID breaking things up. Here's Lovelace looking for the hat trick. Put it wide. It's just tough to get a lot of momentum in terms of getting fan support, but it seems to be growing.
They're promoting the game and they're promoting the team well, George. The entire league, actually.
They're doing a little
Social
better
media
job
is a
this year,
great,
I think.
it's been really good.
And the lack of senior hockey out this way benefiting the Impact, I would think. Fans
certainly
hungry for some hockey. Haven't had senior hockey since 2019.
And you're talking about senior hockey, George, and the AAA. And just a shout out to Stan Coffin tonight, George, a good friend of ours. A little bit of a hiccup this week, and Stan, we're thinking about you, hoping you're doing well and you get better soon.
Absolutely. The hardest working men I've ever met when it comes to putting together hockey programs. Involved with the Cataracts for many, many years. Involved with the Impact this year. Yeah, Stan, thinking of you, buddy.
Definitely.
Play down in the corner. Haven't seen a lot of tough corner play in this game.
No, it's been more open, actually, George. There hasn't been a lot of board play.
Oh. Lambert comes away with it. 12:20 to go here in the third. Dumps it in. He'll go into chase against Cross. Cross over to Snow. Snow rings it up along the boards. Can't get it out. Kellaway fanned on it. Puck bounces up in the air. Marner muscled it out. Sims left it. Harnet's on it. Harnet into the middle. His shot just went wide. Went against the grain a little bit with that shot and just missed the far post. Harner had it hop over stick, kept in by Kellaway. Harnet reaching forward, getting there just ahead of him was Cross to clear it to the boards. Hughes up through the middle. Taken by Harnet. Harnet works it down into the corner, fed it out in front. Cleared away by LeDrew.
Never got outside. That was an easy play.
Cross force back in his own end. Behind the goal. LeDrew. He got it to Marnell. He'll go the other side. Just tipped in by Quinlan. Got a piece of it. Mulrooney. Steady defenseman.
Nice play.
Also tied in the league is for scoring points amongst defensemen. Kellaway. Got it over to Quinlan. Back at the point, kept in. Mulrooney shot is stopped. Rebound was there. Kellaway got away a good shot. Arnold with a big save. Got the left pad down to keep it out.
That's a critical save right there, George, at this juncture of the game.
Quinlan through the middle. Russell hops on that. Russell cuts inside with a nice move. Gets himself out in front. Just couldn't get the shot away, but a couple of nice moves.
Strong legs, George. Great pivot down low.
Zach Russell.
Sounds like a hockey name.
Just couldn't get the shot away as he cut in front. That came out. Impact couldn't touch it. They tag up. Long pass up the middle, right on goal. Hedges had to be ready.
He did a hard pass, which resulted in a shot on goal.
That's intercepted.
That's a bad pass.
Farrell shoots, scores!
It's just a bad pass through the neutral zone there, George. Number one, you're putting you forward in a real vulnerable position. He could have got keistered. And, of course, the other side of it is if you're coming through the neutral zone, there's two forecheckers right in front of you. Just watch this play, George. It's going like the fact that he never got hit is one thing, but now you just see there's just nobody there. Uses the D-man as a screen. Goaltender doesn't have a really good look at it. Low blocker. Sarber tied up.
3-3. 9:44 to go.
Puck had to come up the boards, not through the middle like that. You did not have what we call good passing lane.
So momentum has changed once again in this game. Farrell has tied it up for the Blizzard.
Capitalized. It was a quick release as well, but he waited, George. He was very patient.
Mulrooney. Pass too hard for Purdy. Hopped over his stick, and that's going to be an icing call against the Impact.
Something that they can ill afford to do now, because the last 3 or 4 faceoffs I've been noticing, George, particularly in the offensive zone for the Blizzard, they've won the majority of them, which resulted in 2 goals for them. It's going to be a timeout here now, I think, with Coach Casey.
Yeah, 9:06 to go in the third period, and the game has turned around dramatically in the last few minutes.
Yeah, and Coach Casey has been known to use timeouts in lots of different positions, and this is one he can feel the momentum change a little bit. They had a couple goal lead, and it's 2 quick goals back, and it's 3-3. They just iced the puck. Really settle your troops down. Say, okay, we're back to square one. The Blizzard, George, for the last 6 minutes, though, have been pressing. After that, checking from behind penalty, and, of course, they got out of that. And, of course, the Impact actually helped them out by taking a double minor. But we've really seen them be pushing up. And they're moving their puck from their forwards, from their D-man to their forwards very quickly, George. And they're really rotating all 3 of their lines in 6 deep quickly.
All right, so face-off down in the Impact zone. Shots on goal 25-22 favoring the Blizzard at this point. Another face-off win. They're saying it stayed in.
Wasn't.
Looked from here like it got out over the blue line, Robert. Linesman kind of hesitated with the call.
And he was right on the blue line as well.
Anyway, no harm, no foul. The Impact get it out. Noble will turn. Just missed Loveless. Loveless catches up to it, drops it off to Kosh. Kosh on his backhand. Strickland knocked it away from him, plays it back to the point. This time it hops over Smith's stick and clearly gets out. Jumping on it is Pinsent. Pinsent will bring it in. He's got Kellaway with him, knocked off his stick. Kosh plays it out to center. Wall will go over to get it.
Impact needed quicker line changes, George. They're too lethargic on their line changes right now.
Another bad pass at center, intercepted. Loveless along the boards, tried to throw it in front. He was looking for Noble. Kosh behind the goal. Pinsent's all over him.
Kosh is a strong guy down low, George. Really strong guy down low.
Good pass back to the point. Cross, tried to flip it in. Didn't get it deep. It's still inside the blue line. Now they'll get it out to the Impact. Sims will shoot it in. He's going to head to the bench. Both teams getting in a change. We're under 8 minutes to go here in regulation time. Russell can't catch up to it. Kosh has got it, backhands it in. LeDrew on it first for the Blizzard. LeDrew out in front, nobody there for the Blizzard. The Impact will bring it out. Russell in over the blue line, puts it in behind the goal. On it first was Snow. Cross has it now, and they're all over him. LeDrew off the glass and out. Verdi got it up to the blue line and then out, and Russell couldn't handle the pass. Now he's got it. Russell, he lost it to Marner. So go back and forth at center right now. LeDrew with a shot, save made by Hedges. Weak clearing attempt, kept in. We'll try it again. Hanrahan, and Hanrahan hit hard again. He's taken a few bumps in this game, then knocked down again after the play. And now Harnett going after the Blizzard player. Frankly, surprised there wasn't a penalty on that second hit on Hanrahan.
Yeah.
First one was a dandy, but
first one was a great hit.
Puck had gone down the ice.
And he just come up and lowered the boom again, and Harnett went into the defensivest player who got cooked.
So we've got a number of players heading to the penalty box. Harnett's gone, Mariner's gone.
The first hit, George, was a great hit. Flat-footed, square, chose his position well, good check. No penalty there, and the official did not call a penalty. And actually, he didn't call a penalty on the second hit.
That's the one I thought might get called.
Yeah,
because the play had already gone beyond those two players at that point.
It was. Got a little excited. And give Hanrahan credit. He didn't do anything His player came in, Harnett, and jumped in.
Looks like Mariner may be leaving the game. Oh, yeah.
At this juncture, George, and it really perturbs me. I don't know why anybody's getting kicked out of the game. I really don't know why.
Well, he started to head down that way. Now he's back. Matter of fact, he left the penalty box. Looked like he was headed for the dressing room, and has in fact gone back to the bench. So
maybe they had the wrong guy.
Back that up.
Okay. Because like if you're going to get kicked out of the game, I want it to be a reason to get kicked out of the game.
Yeah, no, he's
this
on
is
the players' bench. Andrews
okay.
is in the penalty box now.
Under 18 hockey, there's body contact. You're allowed to hit. You're allowed to check. We don't need to have people get kicked out of the game because they hit somebody.
Yeah. Well, he was in the penalty box, and the officials came and got him, and it looked like they were escorting him down towards the dressing room. He got right down to the end of the bench, and then
Came
was
back.
told, "Come on back." So he's
Maybe
on
the seat.
bench.
Maybe the seat just wasn't comfortable there, George.
So let's see, what have we got? We have got a power play here for the Blizzard.
It's
4 minutes.
4 minutes.
So
Which really I can understand it because really there was no penalty. The second call was not called, so therefore there's no penalty.
Harnett came in defense of Hanrahan and gone to the penalty box.
It should say the second check.
Double minor to Harnett, and so a big opportunity here for the Blizzard.
Huge opportunity here now.
Just under 6.5 to go. 4-minute power play. Backhanded towards the goal. That changed direction. It's kept in. Loveless. That went off a skate. Goes to the boards. Cody will get there first. Cody fed it in front. Noble was there. Couldn't get a stick on it. And the net has come loose, and that's that peg that's not in there solidly. That's the post that came loose.
Yeah, and I'm watching Lukey down there behind the net. Lukey is really perturbed. He's getting a lot of camera time tonight, too, as well. Ian Wall got a little shook up on that play as well, George, as he was coming out, and he's going to get himself a little rest as well now.
Another face-off win for the Blizzard. Still 3:20 to go in their power play. So under 6 minutes to go here in the third. Pass across, a shot, and again.
There's the net off again. It's going to be a disaster
again.
the rest of the night. Even just backing up onto it, it's...
You really can't touch it at all.
No, Lukey's gone into the back room. I don't think he can stand and watch it anymore, George.
He's left. He was standing in behind the net for a while, but he's seen enough. Another face-off win, though, so Blizzard set up their power play.
They're doing really well on their face-offs in the offensive zone.
Tried to feed it across. There's Noble with the pass. Loveless has it. Back to Cross. Loveless. Down low. Mitchellmore. Back to Loveless. To Cross. Noble. Back to Loveless, and a big save made by Hedges. Great setup.
It was a beautiful play. Used the 1-3-1. Got it across to the weak side. Great shot and a better save.
Battle along the boards. 2:24 to go in the power play. Under 5 to go in regulation time. Cross. Snapshot. Grabbed by Hedges. He's got it and holds on.
Still 2.5 or 2 minutes, 2:14 left in this power play. This is a real critical point of the game right now, George, for both teams.
This time the Impact win the face-off and send it the length of the ice. Tosh dumps it in. Marnell on it first. Marnell turning in the corner. Kept in by Smith, but then he gave it away. He tried to get it to Pinson. Pass was off the mark. But he'll go down there and forecheck and try and kill some time. Vincent holding it against the boards.
Just needs to hold it
He'll
there.
hold it there as long as he can. Doing a great job against 3 Blizzard players. Finally, it's kicked loose. Minute 36 to go in the power play. Kosh over to an open wing. Wall gets there first. Smith has it. Cody. To get to center, shoot it in. Waiting for it on the other side, Farrell. Drops it off. Bouncing around in front of the goaltender. Hedges diving out, has got it and holds on.
Big play coming across. I like the way Hedges came across, went from his right to his left and really squared himself up. A little bit of a bouncing puck, but he was there in a good position to make that save.
1:11 to go, the man advantage. 3:48 to go here in the third. Loveless at the right point. Cross, back down to Loveless. Noble turning along the boards. Back to Loveless, has a look around. Go back to Noble. 40 seconds left to go. Loveless right in front for King, and his shot goes wide. Again,
nice
good
pass.
passing.
Very nice pass.
Purdy just gets it out. Loveless. Knocked down at the blue line, but bringing it in is King. King forced to the boards. And out it comes. Loveless couldn't get over to the boards in time to hold it in. That will pretty much do it. A good penalty kill here for the Impact. That's going to be an icing call. No, it's not. Your guess is as good as mine. Penalty's over.
Not sure why.
Lambert all alone as the Impact were changing as they killed off that penalty. A couple of big saves made by Hedges.
Why was that not icing, George?
I was going to ask you that question. I had it as icing, obviously. I called it as icing and kept going, why is there no whistle? So the Impact kill it off, and so we're still tied now with just outside 2 minutes to go in this one.
The 2-minute warning?
Yeah, just hit it. Lambert, good pass. Lincoln Canning. Canning with a shot, that goes wide.
Got to make sure you're on the right side of the puck for both teams now. You can't be looking at somebody's number. You're looking at somebody's number, you're not in a good position.
Hughes off the boards to Mulrooney. Terrell Mulrooney, snapshot over the top of the goal.
This is a great wrist shot. He really releases the puck well.
It's turned over and out comes Farrell. Farrell. Mulrooney draped all over him. Farrell's gone down in the corner. He's shaken up in behind the goal.
He's pulled the groin, George, is what happened here.
He's able to get back up, but boy, he's in a heap of trouble.
He spread his legs and he really stretched something there.
Harnett with a weak shot. Cleared away. Farrell staying out there. I thought he was going to head to the bench. He's going to try and gut this one out. So the puck goes out of play. Now he's going to have to go to the bench, I would think.
Yeah, definitely. He had a good position coming down low, got the legs sort of a little trapped in behind them, and could have been a penalty, but it wasn't.
So we're down to 1:01 to go now. And for a great finish in this one. Wall knocks it down. Off the boards. Kellaway will shoot it in. Arnold plays it over to Cody. Noble gets to it. Defenseman lost an edge over there and went down. That was Green. It's getting back up now. It's thrown in front of the goal. Wall has it. Got to be careful. Wall fell down but got the pass over to Kellaway. Kellaway goes to the boards with Cross. Down in behind the goal they go. King in to help out. King got it free. To Noble, long pass to Loveless. Loveless takes it off the boards. Nicely done. Vincent off his skate, and that's going to go out of play, and the faceoff will stay in the impact end. That was a nice pass a moment ago over the head of the defenseman, and Lovelace took it off the boards.
I was watching Wall. It was on his side, and he was coming back, and he was about around the red line, and the puck had, it was one of those Hail Mary type plays. And I said, if he doesn't get on his horse, he's going to be behind him. And I did get in good position to get back, force the guy to stay wide, but it could have been a breakaway.
8.3 seconds left to go. Big play there where they tried to get it out and just went over the glass by a little bit and then hit the beams over on the other side. If that one comes out, period probably comes to an end.
Doesn't have to go over by a lot here.
No. But instead, 8.3 seconds left. Face-off in the impact end. Great chance here for the Blizzard.
Critical face-off here now. You don't need to try to win the face-off. You just don't want to lose it.
Yeah, for the impact. Kind of tie it up, get it to the boards, get some kind of scrum.
That's it. That's all you want. Blizzard are saying right here now, let's just get me a good one on the half wall, get it to my D-man for a one-timer and just get all troops going there. Just a shot.
Win the face-off, get possession, you've got loads of time.
Well, they've been in a real good possession all night, George, for down low in the offensive zone. They've had a lot of great opportunities.
All right, here we go. 8.3 left. Face-off deep in the impact end. They'll be King against Pinsent.
Well, Lovelace is out there, one of the great shooters on their team.
And the impact win it. Just flip it down the ice. 4 seconds to go. Lovelace is back, and he's going to hold it. We will head to overtime. Play 5 minutes, 4-on-4.
Yeah, the first 60 minutes didn't determine anything. Some entertainment for the fans. In case you're wondering where you're going to go later on tonight, we did say we had a curfew at 11, George, so we got a wall yet, another 40 minutes.
We're okay.
Yeah, we're good. Steve, you good?
Steve's
good. Yeah.
Cameraman, Steve knows really.
So, George, we go 4-on-4 for 5 minutes. Is that it?
No, then we go to a shootout. If nobody scores.
And in case anybody's wondering, guys, George is not a fan of the 3-on-3 either. And you know something? The more I watch the NHL, I really liked when they put the 3-on-3 in there. Like, I would just like for them to say, how the heck with it, let's just have a tie or whatever.
Worked for decades.
Yeah, there was nothing wrong with it. But the thing that I don't like about the 3-on-3 is bringing the puck back through the neutral zone after being in there. George, you being a basketball official, back over center. You lose possession. Like, if you're 3-on-3, you either have to stay in. If you purposely bring it back out, I don't like it.
Yeah,
I
always found it kind of gimmicky.
It is gimmicky.
Kind of nice when you see it. Nice when you see it the first few times. So much open ice and that.
Yeah.
But I suggested that. I think last year we were talking about it. I said, why don't they just bring in that same rule? You can't bring it back over center like the basketball rule.
Yeah, I like it. That forces you to stay on the offense, because what happens with a team with possession of the puck, and particularly, with the long change, the team who doesn't have, they can't get guys off the ice, and the team with possession just hold on to it all day.
Well, a lot of times people expect it, 3-on-3 wide open should be really exciting, but a lot of times
it's not.
Guys just holding the puck and bringing it back and hold the puck. They come in, don't like it. Anyway, let's get to the 4-on-4 that's happening out here. Comes to the side of the goal. Arnold able to get a stick on it. The pass just a little bit too far for Farrell and Wall.
Both teams have shortened their benches as well.
A lot of snow buildup on the ice right now, Rob. You're talking about the water before. Now the ice is really slowed down.
The ice is just no good here now.
Mitchellmore couldn't handle the pass. He was up there and in behind everybody. The pass had just a little bit too much mustard. Both players go down, and Kellaway's got it. Leaves it for Wall. Back to Kellaway. Kellaway steps around the defender, brings it in. Kellaway handling the puck nicely. Gets it to the front of the goal. Gets a shot away. Save made by Arnold. Mulrooney's got it. Over the other side. One-timer by Sims. Well wide of the goal. Mulrooney's back at center. Blizzard changing. They get it in. Pinsent shoots it in. King. Out at center, jumping on it there. This is King. The shot off of Harnett. King in behind the impact goal. 3:30 to go in overtime. Green will skate away. Joey Green gains the blue line. Green keeps on going, still has it, turns, can't get a shot on goal. Fed out in front, chase for Purdy. They score!
It's over. Looked like a broken play and a turnover. And the goaltender, I think it goes off his inside of his leg, George, and then comes back around. Let's just watch this on the replay.
This is Green bringing it in, and Purdy will end up with the chance out in front.
Green loses it, just shoots it at the net, goes by, comes right out in front, and the D-man cross actually fans on it, comes right to and then in the back of the net. 4-3 overtime.
Yeah, I think Purdy was the goal scorer. Well, we said we were going to be in for a great finish, didn't we?
And we were.
Overtime. Yeah, a bit of a scramble out in front. Nobody could really get a clean stick on it. It was Green, then got it to Harnett, and Harnett managed to get it in front. Purdy was all alone there. He had a couple of whacks at it. The second one gets behind the goal. There's the final score, 4-3. Shots on goal, 30-25 in favor of the Blizzard, as the Impact to come away with the 2 points. So now let's see, do the quick math. Growlers 24 points, Blizzard 23, and the Impact with, they had 22. So 24, 23, 22 now, the top 3 teams. Again, 2 points separating the top 3.
Good game here tonight. A little scrambly in the mid part of the game, but as you talked about, George picked up in the intensity as we moved on.
All right, Robert, let's call it a night. It's been a bit of a long game, just under 2.5 hours. And so you're not going to be here tomorrow or Sunday. You're heading to
I will be in Corner Brook watching the Hall of Fame induction ceremonies. And again, congrats to Paul Levine and Mr. Brian Casey. We'll see those guys over there tomorrow.
All right. No, Steve's got the camera on us. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Didn't dress up tonight. It's just too cold.
It is cold.
Kind of gone casual.
And I'm looking at my poppies coming in. I don't like that either.
Well, you got to get that little rubber stub that goes on the end that holds them in. Nice and snug. Anyway, Steve's behind the camera. Robert, I'm George. Folks, have yourselves a great night. I'll be back tomorrow night. Jace Power's going to do the camera. Steve will be back Sunday. Robert's heading to the West Coast. Have yourselves a great evening. Good night, everyone.